Hi guys, welcome to lesson 13, video 1. As you can see, I have an expression on the screen, 86 minus 34. Can you subtract that mentally? What do you think? If you need to write it down real quick, you could do that too. 86 minus 34, 6 minus 4 is 2, 8 minus 3 is 50, 80 minus 30 is 50, so 52, right? All right, not too bad. Now, how about if we add this to the screen? 8 and 6/10 minus 3 and 4/10. What's the same and different compared to that? They're both subtraction. Yes. The units are different. The second one has ones and tenths instead of ones and tens. Do you see any relationships there? Can you subtract mentally? You don't need to do any renaming. They're both tenths. So we could just do 8 minus 3 is 5. 6 minus 4 is 2. So 5 and 2/10, right? And that would look like 5 and 2/10. And if you needed a visual on this one, it would be 52. Kind of neat how they're related, right? Okay. All right, we're going to move on to a different expression now. What about 82 minus 47? Can you subtract that mentally? Sometimes it might help to look at it this way too. 82 minus 47. Yeah, this is a little more challenging, right? Because we would have to change the 2 to a 12. We'd have to do some renaming there, right? We might think about 40 and 7, decompose the 47 into 40 and 7, right? We could add on, going from 47 up to 50, and from 50 up to 80, and from 80 up to 82. Or we could rename this as 12 and this as 70. 12 minus 7 is 5, and 7 minus 4 is 3, right? Okay. Now what about this? 8 and 2/10 minus 4 and 7/10. What are we going to do about that? We can subtract the 4 from the 8, but can we subtract 7/10 from 2/10? Would it help you to look at it vertically as well? 8 and 2/10, very similar to 82, minus 4 and 7/10. When we subtract mixed numbers from whole numbers and whole numbers from mixed numbers in our last lesson, right? Today we're going to use what we know about related units to subtract mixed numbers, okay? And this is something that we're going to be learning more about and watching out for carefully. Okay, excellent. Well, let's get right into it. I'm going to clean that off for us. And go to number 1 in your book, lesson 13. I'm going to pull it up on the screen for you. If you need to pause me to get your book out, go ahead and do that. All right. Yes, this is in your Learn book. 4 and 5/8 minus 2 and 3/16. Is that similar to one of the ones we just looked at? What do you notice here? 5 minus 3, okay, but 8ths and 16ths. So we don't have like fractions there, do we? Okay. Are they related or unrelated? 8 times 2 is 16. So they are related. Well, that's nice. Okay. Let's just think about these as numbers. 5/8, that's more, almost 1, right? And 3/16, that's really small, 3 out of 16. Okay. What about our two whole numbers? 4 minus 2. All right, so our answer is probably going to be between 2 and 3, right? Because the 4 minus 2 would be 2, and 5/8 is greater than 3/16. Okay, we'd almost be ready to subtract, except that we have unlike units here, right? So can we change them so that they are like units? Do we have to change them both? No, we only need to change one because we can change it to 16ths. So don't forget your 4 when you're doing your work. That's one of the things with mixed numbers. Sometimes people leave this 4 behind. So I'm just going to bring it along. And we have to multiply by something to change it to 16ths, right? 8 times what is 16? 8 times 2 is 16. Put a 2 over 2. 5 times 2 is 10. And don't forget 4 and 10/16, right? Okay, so now we have 4 and 10/16. Oops, there we go, 4 and 10/16. And we are subtracting 2 and 3/16. Now, can we do that? Well, yes, we can, right? Because we can do 10 minus 3. The higher number is on the top. 10 minus 3 is 7. Oops, 7/16, and 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 and 7/16, right? All right, excellent. Are there other ways you could do it? Could you go from 2 and 3/16 and add up? How much more do you need to get there? Could you use a number line? Could you use blocks? Could you use drawings? Sure, you could use all of those things, and we might be using some of them in our next video. Thanks for watching. Aloha.